Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kathy Reward with Beyond 60, and I'm going to do a tutorial for you today that I think you're going to find very, very interesting, and for a lot of you, right down your alley for makeup application. As you know, I've been a makeup artist and fashion and skincare expert for over 40 years. So most of my clients at this point are baby boomers or mature skin, and I still do a lot of work in my studio, and one of those is makeup application for older people. And as you know, after COVID, we all stopped. We just didn't, what was the point? We had a mask on. So a lot of us didn't get back in the action. It was kind of complicated and all the brushes were changing. But I have several lines in my studio that I try to narrow down. And as most of you know that have viewed my channel, I use Saint, I use Jane Iredale, Beauty Counter. I try to really custom design your makeup look so it's easy for you, so you don't have to have drawers and drawers and drawers of cosmetics. I have you bring in all that when I start working with you, or even working virtually. But I found this line, Trestique, and it was developed 6 years ago by Jen Kapahi. And this was kind of her, she's pretty young, and I love to support women's business, especially American women's business. But she knew it had to be green. She knew it had to be sustainable and refillable. And that's what I'm going to show you today. It's just ingenious. I can't believe that I didn't think of this 40 years ago. But so let me get going. Can you imagine having all your makeup just in this? Where if you were going on a cruise or a vacation, that's all you needed? Well, this is how it is. And there's your even little mirror for putting it on in the car. And this is made of your water bottle. Sustainable, completely sustainable. And I'm going to, there's either a 5 look that you can put in there or an 8 look that you can put in there. So I don't have everything, but I'm going to fake it. And I'll show you, and I'll put things up on the screen on the video so you can see the different colors of things that I don't have. Excuse me. So the first thing I'm going to do today is I went ahead and prime my lids, and I always use my MAC Paintery. Oh my God, I have used this for years, because I have a tendency to my eyeshadow disappears, and it just it will grab in spots, and that's because I've gotten older and my eyelids have changed, and it also neutralizes my eyelids. So this is just one of them that I use, and I'm sure I could, when I work with this line a little bit more, I'll be able to create something. It is so, like I said, ingenious. So the other thing about this makeup line is it eliminates the need for brushes. So I'm going to show you right now their foundation. And their foundation is different because it's a moisturizer tinted. And you pull it up, and here it is. You can see. And this is refillable. You just pull it out and refill it. So you've got zero waste going into our environment. The other ingenious is they've got the sponge on the other side. And I'm going to kind of show you with all of them that I use today how creative they are. So bear with me. And I'm going to try to do, me in my heavy hand and that gypsy in me. But I'm going to try to do a really clean look, fast, but remember, this is your 5-minute makeup, but it could be my 5-hour, who knows. I also have lots of samples. So the first thing that my skin is well hydrated. I have my moisturizer. I've gone ahead with all my serums, all my magic potions that one day I'll share with you to keep this old face looking a little bit decent. And so I'm going to take their concealer. All right, and this comes in several colors. It's got the applicator at the end. And then you pull this off, and I'll tell you, I kept going like this. Why doesn't this work? Well, you got to pull the lid off. Sometimes, I don't know. So I'm going to start with a little bit of concealer. And this comes in several colors. And the beauty of this, and like I said, as soon as I work with this a little bit more, I think I'll be able to use this as a primer for my eye. So I'm just putting a light, very light coat. We can always go in at the end and kind of do any touch-ups. I like to use concealers, and especially their foundation. I like to kind of put the foundation on, and then for any other, let's say you've got some hyperpigmentation or liver spots, you can go in afterwards, so you don't have to have so many layers on the skin. So again, I'm just putting a little bit under my eye area, of course, around my nostrils. And these are things that you can, and you see that trend nowadays where they're working like Jones Road. So many of my professional lines are working with concealers and cream foundations because that's the ideal for maturing skin. We're away from the powders. I might use a little bit of setting powder in this area after I'm done, but that was a real hard habit for me to break. All right, the second is going to be, I have a light shade and I have a dark shade. I've got to put on my glasses and I'll tell you the colors. This one is Polynesian Ivory, and this one is my Paradise Island Beige. So let me show you the difference here. Okay, and the other thing too is it's so easy to get your shade together. So you can see one versus the other. Now this one's a little light for me, but I wanted it for my kit and I still have more to order, but I think this would be, that's one of the lightest shades. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this, and again, like I said, it's a moisturizer, and this is all you do, and you can blend it with your fingers. I'll do it 2 ways. And I like to tap it so we're not rubbing it. You could also use your brushes with this. It's fine. It's whatever you're used to. I'm just wanting to make this very, very simple. So you don't have to pack everything with you, because you know, for those of you who are used to wearing brushes, you know that they take a lot. So then I'm going to take the other side, and it's kind of dented. You can see that, and I'm just going to keep working it in. And like I said, I've already done my brows, and the reason, well, for time's sake. And the reason being, too, is I didn't have their brow pencil, but I used my other one that I always used, my Osmosis one, because it's got a whole different shape, and it's got the brow gel on the end, but they make one exactly like it. So again, I'm kind of just working this in a little bit more coverage. We'll see what this all looks like at the very end. And what's even neater is these little applicators. They're refillable too. And they make it so easy on the website to get color matched. And you can either take the quiz, you can talk to me about it, or you can send them and they'll do a virtual consultation with you. So I'm getting this pretty well blended. And like I said, we can let me make sure. Now, I always work with two colors. I always have two colors for my clients, no matter what because let's say summertime, you're going to be darker, wintertime, you're going to be lighter. So you'll just reverse them, kind of use the lighter in here and the darker out here and vice versa. And so I always choose two colors for my clients with foundation, or for using Saint, it's called Illuminate, and how we put those together. All right, so we've got that, and those are the ones that I used. And there's so many different colors that you can use, and having them be refill, that's exciting. The next, I'm not going to do any of my my contour and foundation right now. Well, maybe I am. I'm going to use, because I don't have theirs, I haven't got them in yet, I'm going to use my Jane Iredale that just came in. So I'm going to take, let's see, this is my sizzle, I believe, and this step is completely optional. But you know, everyone on YouTube and Instagram and so forth. But I love cream, so I'm just blending these in here. And of course, her bronzer, the Trestique bronzer and the cheek color they have the brushes on the other, so that's just a plus, so you wouldn't have to use. So I'm just kind of blending this in. When you're working with either contour, I just like to create a kind of a jawline, so my face doesn't look like a pancake. And that's what we're used to for so many years. We're used to one overall color all over our face. Well, of course, it doesn't look like that. We want some definition to our structure, and it just adds beauty. Now, sometimes you will see me, I don't have much of a forehead, putting it there, and you saw me put it around my neck. So you can see how it's starting to give me some definition. And I found I have been working with about 15 different foundations that I've been trying out ever since I started my journey on YouTube. And you know, they tell you that this one's the best and this one's the best, and of course I buy them. But the difference is my skin is almost 72 years old. So someone who's showing you, like one of my favorite is Hourglass, they're 20 and 30 years old, or maybe 40, and they got mature skin. I don't think this is mature skin. So it feels so good, and you can see just that little bit that I did. And of course, your bronzer is optional, whether you want to use it, but we make it so simple. Absolutely simple. And they don't have a bajillion colors to choose from. You know, they've narrowed it down, and it's just right. So it's very easy to go in your little kit. Remember, and this is another little, you can even choose your colors. You know, there's so many different ones that you can choose. There's There's little ones. Isn't that cute? So, all right, here we go. The next step is I have all the pencils, and I'm going to show you the different color pencils. Again, I got to put my glasses on. I've got brown and I've got black. And have you heard me, let's see, what color is this one? If you've heard me scream about pencils that I don't like, I found one that works. And let's see. There's our black, of course. We have, these are our eye pencils. I'm going to show them to you. This is a beautiful, beautiful green. And their brown is yummy. And I don't normally work with brown, but I am today. And of course, there's some other colors. There's one that's, I don't know what I did with it. It's a eggplant, and it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. So, and let me show you about their pencils. This is so you take off, there's your pencil, and it's retractable. Then you have your smudger on one end, and not only that, you pull that off, and there's your sharpener. So I thought, handier than a pocket on a shirt. So which one am I going to use today? I think I want to use brown. Let's see. There I go again. Oh, that's black. And I use black for everything. And I'm just looking for the color. Okay. Do I have a brown? All right. So I'm going to take this brown and I'm going to get, these are all little, this is what was so creative that I liked, is I was able to buy this sample kit right here, and they've got several. This gave you 3 different eye pencils and 4 different lip colors, and the lip colors are like that too. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get as close to my lashes. As you've watched me before, usually I'm using a eyeliner, a liquid liner to get real close. But I find that these went on, let me make sure I'm not blocking you out. I found that these went on so well. I'm going to take my brush. Well, there's a applicator, a smudge applicator on the other side. I knew I had a. You can also take, if you have brushes or you want it even finer, like right in here. I'm going to make a little bit of wing out here. And this is going to blend into my, I'm going to use their cream shadow. And let's see. I'm going to see if this little one, oh, these don't have the applicators, but this one does. I'm blending it, just kind of smudging it in the corner. Get a little bit more. Okay, we'll blend it. Oh, I think you guys watch to the very end, and I know you can kind of skip through things, but pardon me, but till I get and show you everything, it's just so great. So I've got that on. Now, because my eyes, I did put a primer on it, I am going to set that just a little bit with some setting powder, just so I can not get blotchy, because I'm going to be working with a very dark color. Now this is their eyeshadow, and this is the only one that I have. I've been kind of hoarse today. And it's also on the other side. This is the darkest brown that they have, and it has the applicator. So I'm going to kind of be light-handed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just put it in my transition line. Then I'm going to take my, and this, what's nice about this is it's buildable. So if you work it with your fingers, like this, and like I said, I keep promising you that I'm going to do another video on cream eyeshadows, and I'm going to. In fact, I moved all my cosmetics in here in all these cases and organized it so I can do more in here. So, oh, the colors, I after I get all the colors in, I'll go back and do a technique with all of them, working with the colors, because they've got some beautiful, beautiful colors. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of blend a little bit because of the depth. But you can see how easy that is. And if you've got any eye problems, like I have macular in this eye, and so I don't see real well out of it, but these cream eyeshadows are the ideal, and they don't show all the texture. So let's see how we're looking over here. So I'm going to come back and put it in. I'm going to use this here because I kind of, and like I said, I thought when I got this, I thought this is way, way too dark for me. But boy, does it blend. And you can just soften it up to where it's almost like a light brown. I mean, so they're so buildable. And one thing that I have noticed with cream eyeshadows is some of them dry so fast you can't work with them, and they're just kind of stuck. But this one is so, you can see how pretty that is. This one needs a little bit. And I'm not used to working with an applicator, but I have to tell you, it's kind of the answer to this for blending, because you can just take what's on there and blend it out. So that's even better. And the people that I have tried this on, the clients that, you know, they're going on a cruise, so they don't want, I mean, you got to pack minimally, or, you know, with the airlines and so forth. This is so easy, and it was so easy for them and so inexpensive to put together. And I'm sure, because I have all my clients bring in everything before I do a makeup, because I can go, this is great, this is not, we don't want this, you know, so I can go through, and I can also tell what style they like. And so I just know this is going to end up being their favorites. So those are looking pretty good. I've got to kind of balance them out. But honestly, I don't need much more than this. I'm going to go in and put some in the corner. And I'll show you, we can put a little bit of my concealer right here. So we keep that lower lid highlighted. And I just used the concealer color. So then I'm going to kind of make a little, like I always do, a little bit more definition in that crease, and lift that eye area. And then I'm just really, since I'm getting used to using this applicator, I'm just, and it's wonderful. Gosh, I can't believe you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm just blending that to create that sweep. You know, I did a makeup video last week on one of my new Saint looks for Apple Spice. It was so bad I couldn't show it. I look like my dad used to say, 2 burnt holes in a sheet. And but this is really pretty. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so I'm kind of getting into the deep and getting that lift, as you can see, and blending that in, coming over. Boy, hasn't I feel sorry for those of you that are down south. My heart bleeds, those floodings and those hurricanes. I just can't believe that. I'm sorry for you guys. I hope you're all safe. So I think that's coming out pretty good for the trend. And of course, you all realize that, you know, that makeup artistry in me, I always have to go a little bit more dramatic. But I mean, the colors, there's a bronze that I need to get in. There's a beautiful purple amethyst so I will have all these probably within the next couple of weeks, and I'll come in and just do a new tutorial, just working with the other colors. If there's anything you want to see, please, if this sounds like something you would right up your alley, tell me what you want to see. If you want to, I'm kind of working with different companies. Now this one, I want to make sure you know this. These were all purchased by myself. I am not being sponsored. And however, I do have a link where you can get them. So, all right, that's looking very pretty. And you know, one color, and we did it. And of course, let me get this back together. I'm taking my time and teaching, but put together and choose your colors. This can be, if you don't like it as dramatic as I've used it up here, you could also just use this to do the outer corner and use maybe the softer bronze. And I will show the colorways that they have on there. So let's go move on here. This is this is so creative. Honest to God, when I got this, I had no idea what it was. And again, the mascaras even. Look at this. This is it only does half your lashes at a time, but it's your curler. So it's right here on the other side of your mascara. And again, you know, this is some of the first time that I'm working with this, but getting that little bit of, oh, I'm sorry, because my eyes are so straight. So let me go and show you the mascara. It's beautiful. All right, I got this locked in here. I keep pulling this off. Pardon me, I'm trying to... I have it unlocked and I'm trying to get it out. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Pulling from the wrong end. It does have a fat brush, but boy, does it do a nice job. And that's the other thing that I've been working with about. I have found about 5 of my favorite mascaras. And this is very, very black. I'm not sure. I'll have to check to see if they have other colors. But this one didn't clump. And all the ones that I've been working with have been clumping. So you just want to just turn it a little, work it up. Normally I do this off camera, but this is so ingenious that... And of course I wear it on the bottom. So that's, wow, that's really working. Let me get some on the other side. I'm going to do it without trying to curl my eyelashes and see how it's working. Oh, I really like that color. I thought it was really going to be dark, that the brown eyeshadow, the darkest color. My dog's at the vet today. I have he's over 15, Cocker Spaniel. And I got him 15 years ago when my daughter-in-law passed away from cancer. And she was only 38 and she had just gotten this puppy. She had 2 small kids, one was 4 and one was 9. So we've really helped raise them. So of course she didn't last very long, and I took this dog in because it was their puppy. And he has just been the most wonderful animal. And still right now, he's over 15, and he's just been coughing. And my girlfriend's my vet, and so she always takes care of things. But he's been in perfect shape. He can't hear, but so lately he's been coughing. So we have him to see kind of what's going on. Boy, those eyes just look good, don't they? Just simple. I can't believe. And heavy-handed Kathy here. Let me see something here. I'm looking for all my brushes. Oh, here we go. It almost has a real soft plum brown. So I think It's not real warm. I'm going to take a little bit of my, like I showed you, my concealer, and put it back on here to lighten that. I'm going to come in here. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be using the blender. Let's take a little bit in here. Like I had mentioned, I do have a color on, and I'm going to show you the colors that I have here. Oops. So I've got that on. So that kind of lightened that up. But what I was saying, this brown is so, okay, do it. I need to balance this just a bit after instead of swiping it, you can, it really dots well. So if you were working, you know, like here in the inside and you don't want this too dark, you certainly can dot it in there like I just did. I absorb, and I think you've heard me say that a lot. My eye, it will just start working it in. That's why I have to use a primer. And we'll work that up in that line. I think we're looking pretty good. Sometimes when I go back and edit these, I'll say, whoa, you needed a brush on that one. So I'm trying to be better. You can also, if you wanted to, take your, I'll take my light foundation and let me get a little brush. Now, this is just optional. And you can take a little bit of your foundation and kind of, whoa, look at that with the brown on there. That didn't work so well. Oh, well, you get the idea. You could also do it with your concealer. I didn't clean that brush. So let me show you I already showed you some of the different colors of the eye pencils. Now I have, let me show you what I have in the lip pencils. And I got to put my glasses on because we're almost done. Can you believe it? All right, this first one is called, oh boy, there, I can't read them. Anyway, I'll list them up there. So I'm going to use this side of my hand. But for the nude look, you know, everything is so nude. All right, that's one color. I like that one. Okay. This is a lighter shade of like pink. You can see that. That might be the same one I already did. No, maybe it's a little browner, but it's a little winier. And then I have, oh, of course, we can't go into fall without our red. Isn't that pretty? And then the one I just got in, of course, it's just right up my alley, is this pretty plum. And that's what I'm going to work with today. Now they've got lip pencils, and again on this, what's with their lip stains, they're more like stains, they've got your balm on the other side. So I can come in here and hydrate my lips and get them nice and, you know, like when we're first starting to put our makeup on. Let me get this okay. I already went through the pencils. I didn't get any lip pencils. But like I said, I'm going to come back after I get the whole wad in. I'm going to, all right, you can, you know, you've heard me talk about lip stains and so forth. They are so friendly to your face. And so I'm kind of lining my lips with the darker color. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with one of the lighter colors. What did I do with this lip here? Let me try this one right here. So it's given me kind of an ombre look. And they're so creamy. They're really creamy. Now, I don't know how long they stay on, but what I always do is I go in with a setting powder, and I go over them. I also go around my mouth, around my lines, to just kind of diffuse. I have several setting powders that are just wonderful. That the one I'm using right now is Saint, and it comes in your palette. So like this, but I mean, I'm sure you all have one in your makeup kit. So I've kind of set that. So let's go with a little bit. I'll try one of the deeper colors. And this one is, let's see if I can read this one. This is called Belgium Truffle. All right. So it's fun to have it easy to where you can kind of do ombres on your lips. So see how I have that? Fun, fun, fun. Absolutely too much fun here. Okay, so you know what? Since I don't have, let me say, since I didn't have the, I had bronze. I just used the ones from Jane Iredale. But honestly, if you had that darker shade, let me see where I'm at. You could use that eyeshadow base, I mean that eyeshadow color right there. You could use it as your bronzer. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this red. No, because we used the other color on there. Okay. Let me find my right color here. There we go. And this is the lip color, one of the lip colors that I worked on. So you could, I mean, it's not necessary to, if you like your lip color, to not just use it on your cheeks. It works for me. So we're looking pretty good here. I want to make sure I don't have my so I want to show you, kind of get up and show you how this looks. But can you imagine? I can't, you know, like I've mentioned before, I'm going to take a little bit of my makeup and kind of, I look a little old lady here. I'm using my base foundation just to kind of blend that in and kind of bring in some lightness to the center of my face. But I have a tendency to, let's see, to wear too much makeup on, you know, I think I need a lot of coverage. Well, what I've been experiencing with working with these different things that people say, well, this is the best foundation, and I've bought it, and it's just too heavy. So I have like this, and the last two that I have worked with has been Bobbi Brown, which is simple to this, and Trestique, if I'm saying that right, and of course Saint. I get really heavy-handed with that, but I don't need all that coverage. And I'm just really, you'd think, why wouldn't you figure that out before? But we're always so busy working with all of our other clients that you forget about, okay, when's the last time you changed your makeup? I'm going to hit this with a little bit of setting spray. And I think we are done. So this is Trestique. And like I said, it comes all in one. You can go on the website, and I've left a link down there. And you can get the 8-pack, and they let you try it before you buy it. And then you can pick out all the colors, and it's not so overwhelming. I mean, you know what lip color you like. They will help you, or you can take the quiz and it will help you do that. But I'm just thinking, a lot of you out there, this is your answer to a light makeup. And I kind of went overboard today, but working with it. But if you like what you, so leave me some comments. Nobody ever leaves me any comments, and that kind of gets me stuck. Well, maybe I need some ideas for future videos. And I have a couple that have just been wonderful. One is from Ireland, and she just loves my videos. And that's exciting. I'm growing. I'm about 7 subscribers from being 100. And that's exciting. And I know that there's not a lot of people out there that watch my channel, but again, I hope it continues to grow. And by leaving comments and giving the thumbs up and subscribing, that gives me power on YouTube, and it's going to make them kind of feature some of my stuff and help me go forward. So don't forget, and share it with a friend. You guys could really be fun. When the next makeup, if you guys had yours, like I always say, you know, if I'm going to be doing a video, and you'll know it because it'll come up, then you can kind of on whatever, and I do lots. I do them on Saint, I did ColourPop. No matter what you're using, you can still come in and play with the technique, and it's like having your own party at home. So remember, like I always say, I'm going to be 72, close here pretty soon. And age isn't a chronicle number. It's a chronicle number. It's your soul and spirit that comes through. So thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel and hanging in there with me. God bless you.